Imagine you're walking down a street when you glance in a shop window. You see the most relaxing and inviting recliner chair ever. Your next glance takes you to the price tag. The most outrageous price you've ever seen greets you. You really want that chair, but to get that chair requires money. To have a place, a home to keep that chair, also requires money. It all comes down to money. To get money, you need a job. And most likely to get a job, you will have to give a job interview. For some people, this is the most stressful thing they can imagine. But with a few simple steps, you can be relaxing in that recliner chair after a nice day at work. Before the interview, plan what you're going to wear. Dress to impress. Many men prefer to wear outfits such as this. Suits are fancy, but if you feel uncomfortable in them, they're not the best solution. A nice button-up shirt, complete with a tie and dress pants, will work just fine. Ladies, a similar outfit works for you. Dress pants and a nice shirt. Or if you feel comfortable, a dress professional outfit is just fine. Try to avoid excessive jewelry or cologne, as these things can be distractions. Also, know your job. If casual dress is appropriate, try wearing a nice pair of jeans without holes and a nice dress shirt. Then, organization. I recommend you carry a binder or at the very least a folder. In this binder, you should have things such as extra resumes and a list of your references, which have their addresses, names, and phone numbers, just in case. I also recommend you do your research beforehand and have a list of questions you might think to ask your interviewer. Then, practice questions. The internet is full of them. Some common ones include, what have you learned from your past mistakes? And who was your best boss? And who was your worst? If answers don't just spring to mind for these, I recommend looking some up on the internet and just visualizing your answers. Maybe even practice in front of a mirror a few times. Get to your point quickly so you're not wasting time. Then plan to be on time. Maybe arrive 5 to 10 minutes beforehand. This allows you plenty of time to check over your notes and resume. And although we don't have to worry about North Dakota traffic jams, you want to plan for traffic, like road construction. If you don't know where you're headed, call beforehand to get directions. And although being late, there's no excuse for it, if you are running a little bit behind schedule, make sure you call ahead and let them know. You are the pro on you. Be confident when you're talking. Always present information that is relevant to the subject, and be able to present examples and tell stories. It's a good idea to look over your resume too, and see it how your interviewer would see it. Look for potential weaknesses, and be ready to answer difficult questions positively and accurately. Which brings us to the next step. Be positive. Don't be negative about past jobs. Try and have something good to say about every situation. You complaining about past bosses isn't going to gain you any favor. Be enthusiastic and let the interviewer know that you would be a good addition to their workplace. Leave the discussion of salary until after you've been hired. You want them to know that you're there to do a quality job, not just to get paid. But you should do some research beforehand, just so you know how to answer the question of what you expect to be paid. If you know the entry-level salary and you are asked, then reply with an answer that is about around that general area. Now, after the interview, it's a good idea to use that notebook paper in the back of your binder and take some notes on your interview. Although you think you might not need them or won't ever use them, if you do many interviews in a short period of time, it's good to keep them separate. Take these few short minutes and write down things like the names of your interviewers, important details about the interview, and questions you might have while you were in the interview. These simple little details will help you keep it straight later. And finally, write a thank you note. It's usually good to send it in about 2 days. It's easy and it's often overlooked. It's important to tell that interviewer that you appreciate them spending time with you. Even if after the interviewer you are no longer interested in the job, it's still a good idea. It doesn't have to be elaborate. In fact, it should be very simple and to the point. always make sure it's handwritten. With these few simple steps, you'll increase your chances to landing that dream job. And with it, you can accomplish all of your dreams. In a little to no time, you can be relaxing in that recliner chair, enjoying your favorite TV show.